Hi there, my name is Greg. You're here in my kitchen in Vancouver, BC. I'm gonna try to give you some pointers and give you some recipes of mine that I learned from my mom, but also that I created. So this is gonna be the first one, and the first one we're gonna do of this series is the French onion soup. Recipe taught by my mom that I modified a little bit over the years. Just don't tell her. And yeah, that should be good, so I hope you like it, and you're gonna enjoy making food and eating what you made. La soupe à l'oignon! So to make this French onion soup, we're gonna need, of course, onion, but already peeled to save some time. We're gonna need one little piece of garlic here. We're gonna need some bread for the croutons. We're gonna need some flour. We're gonna need some garlic powder, some spicy oil, some salted butter, not this unsalted crab, but just some real nice salted butter, and some beef broth here. So that's all we need. And we're gonna start by cutting the onions. Put my slice chop, and I'm gonna chop the onions as thin as possible. So what I forgot to mention here is we're actually cooking for 4 persons. So what you want is 5 onions for 4 people is usually enough. Okay, if you have people with big appetite, go nuts, bring more onions, go for it. We're gonna start cooking the onions in this pot. I put the heat almost at the maximum, not high, but close to. Okay. So what are we gonna do? And it's very important. We're gonna want to melt the onions first before adding the butter. Most people add the butter right away, but I think to me it's a mistake. What I want is remove as much water as possible from the onions before adding the butter and make them, you know, goldish. I'd say we're pretty good here. Another maybe couple of minutes. Okay. And it smells pretty good. We're gonna put it on the side. We don't want to keep cooking, so I'm gonna grab the water, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the water until I have a nice consistency, I'd say. Okay, so you go. Knowing that you're gonna lose, of course, some water after when we cook the onion soup. We're gonna lose a bunch of water here. So I'm gonna add a little bit more. You can see exactly what we have here. Pretty much almost 2 liters added, just to give you around the 1.5 liter mark. Okay, I'm going to clean a little bit here because it's a mess. Okay, now I make sure nothing is sticking at the bottom of the pan. That's why I have this wood tool here. I make sure that nothing is stinging at the bottom. Okay, and I'm gonna use another tool, which is this guy here. Okay, this guy, because the flour tend to stick together, right? So it's like making crepes basically. You don't want any ball or thingy of flour here and there. So you use that. That's the perfect tool. You can see that came back almost clean, so it's pretty good. Okay, now chicken broth. Be very careful with this guy here because it's very salty, and if you're like me, you're watching how much salt you're having every day. You don't want to put too much. So advice is 1.5 of this 1.5 teaspoon of beef broth, like that should be enough. Okay, So there you go. This is 30 minutes. 31 minutes in. Consistency is pretty good. But we still have 15 minutes to go. So this can change again. You may have to add more water. So be ready. So what are we going to do? Without burning our tongue, which is in that case mine, we're going to test it out and see if we are missing some stuff. Like beef broth or pepper or anything. Okay, so don't burn yourself. So it's really silky, it's really good, can really taste the onion, but it's missing this kick. Okay, so the kick is gonna come from two things. The beef broth, so we're gonna add another 1 teaspoon of it, and of course the pepper. Okay, so be generous with the pepper. Pepper is your friend. Go for it. And we mix. Okay. So here we go. We're almost done. So I chose to use these fancy bowls to put the onion soup in there. So I'm gonna use the croutons I made earlier. The very nice croutons with garlic and spicy oil. And just put it on top like this. You can try to jam as many as I can in there. Okay, and in this one too. And one more, just for the fun. Okay, but now I'm gonna take also the mix of cheese that I also prepared earlier, and I'm just gonna put on top like this. Here you go. Again, don't be shy. The more cheese, the better. So this is gonna go in the toaster oven here, like this, for a few minutes. And that's it. Okay guys, this is done. This is exactly what you want right here. Nice color, nice cheese melted. Okay guys, so this is the French onion soup for you. Don't forget to look for the next recipe I'm gonna put online. And if you have any question, you can put the question in the comment below. And hope to see you soon.